Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some figures from the Black Series 6-inch line by Hasbro, and this next review is going to kick off a Black Series 6-inch marathon of reviews here on the channel. The figure that I'm going to give you a look at today has been made available 3 times throughout 2016. It was first made available at Star Wars Celebration Europe back in July. It was then released at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's now available on store shelves via the basic Black Series 6-inch line. The figure itself is none other than this guy, the villain of the piece from Star Wars The Force Awakens, none other than Kylo Ren. This is an absolute phenomenal figure, easily the definitive Kylo Ren figure that Hasbro have released. This one ticks all the boxes in terms of accessories, sculpt, overall design. It's just an excellent figure, and if you haven't added this one to your collection yet, you're absolutely crazy because you're missing out. This is an awesome figure. So we're going to take a look at him in a little bit more detail in just a little bit, but before we do that, let's take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. Now, I was lucky enough to pick this one up from Star Wars Celebration Europe in London back in July, and as you can see, the exclusive version comes in this really nice presentation box. On the front, we have some really nice artwork illustrated by the talented Gregory Titus. We've got the Star Wars Black Series logo featured in the corner. On the side, you've got the First Order logo, and on the back, an image of Kylo Ren accompanied by a description of the character. Inside the box, if we just open this Velcro flap, you'll see on the inside of the flap you have an image of Darth Vader's molten helmet, which is one of the accessories included with the figure, and then at the side of that you've got the display tray where the figure and accessories will be displayed. Now, if you're a mint in box collector, it may be worth creating a makeshift plastic sheet just to cover up this figure, as you can see it's exposed to the elements. So if you want to avoid wear and tear and you want to keep this one absolutely pristine, it may be worth just slipping a thin piece of plastic over the top of the figure just to preserve it, as one wasn't included with the figure itself, which is a little bit of a shame, but you know, for the purposes of the display and how the figure is presented in the box, you know, you can understand why that was absent. But yeah, very nice layout, very cool box, and again, for mint in box collectors, this is a great display piece. Now, if you weren't lucky enough to attend either Star Wars Celebration or San Diego Comic-Con, as I mentioned at the beginning of the review, this figure was made available, or has been made available, as part of the basic Black Series line as well, and there are links down below in the video description where you can purchase both the exclusive and the non-exclusive version via staractionfigures.co.uk. In my honest opinion, the exclusive is well worth the purchase just for the accessories alone, because you get some absolutely phenomenal pieces with this figure. I'm going to take a look at those now. So to kick us off, let's take a look at the First Order flag or banner. This is a really nice accessory, great display piece. As you can see, it's a fabric banner with the First Order logo printed on the front, and you've also got this very cool display stand which is shaped in the style of the First Order logo. Now, sadly, there's no peg on the display stand, so you can't actually clip Kylo Ren into place on this one. But as a display piece, it really stands out on its own. You know, you can have this in the background, bring Kylo Ren front and center, and you've got a great display going on. Alternatively, if you've got General Hux and some First Order Stormtroopers, you've also got an instant Starkiller base diorama. So that's a really welcome addition and a very cool accessory. Really nice indeed. So that's the flag or banner. Next up, we do of course get Kylo Ren's standard helmet. And this is the same helmet that's been released with all the other 6-inch Kylo Ren figures that have been released by Hasbro. Great detail and paint applications once again. You've got all the wear and tear applied to the helmet. You've got those really cool silver accents around the eyes. Again, great sculpt, great detail, and you can actually remove the unmasked head from the figure and swap it out with this helmet if you so wish. So that's a very nice welcome addition. The next helmet and the next accessory that we get with this figure is my personal favourite, and it is this one. This is of course Darth Vader's molten helmet from the funeral pyre on Endor, and it looks stunning. Hasbro have absolutely gone to town and really hit the ball out of the park with the detail on this particular accessory. As you can see, the detail in the sculpt is absolutely fantastic, and it's been brought out really nicely with this silver wash that engulfs the entire helmet. It really helps to bring out some of the detail, and showing it to you and talking about it on camera really does it no justice. You've really got to see this thing in person just to appreciate the detail. Who needs the prop shop, you know, and a £2,000 or $2,000 prop replica when you've got amazing pieces like this from Hasbro? This is awesome. Absolutely love it. And I've been waiting a long time for one of these accessories, ever since we saw the Force Awakens trailer. Wanted to have one of these in my collection, and this one doesn't disappoint. Great accessory, which you can of course recreate all those iconic scenes from the film with. So there we go, that is Darth Vader's helmet. The other two accessories are of course Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and I'll give you a look at those in just a little bit. But for now, let's take a look at the figure itself. Now, for the most part, this particular figure is sort of a kit bash of previously released Kylo Ren figures, and it also brings in new parts as well. Obviously, the unmasked head is completely new, and is a reasonable likeness to Adam Driver, who is of course the actor who plays him. Obviously, the hood can be removed just to get a better appreciation of that head sculpt, and you've got the different shades in the hair. Again, fantastic, very faithful sculpt on the head itself, which is really nice. What this figure does, however, which is different to other Kylo Ren figures, is it takes some of the features of the previously released figures and it modifies them and tweaks them and just makes it better. For example, these soft goods robes, in particular the lower soft goods robes, have been shortened and tightened up. You may remember the figure that was released way back in Wave 1 of the Black Series 6-inch line of Force Awakens figures. The robes were very long, they went way past the feet, they were very clunky, they were in the way quite a lot. Whereas with this one, they've been shortened, been tightened up, and the robes themselves just look a lot neater, a lot more natural, much more free-flowing, which is really nice to see. The hood has also been modified so that it's not too big and billowy. It droops over the head really nicely. Again, creates a natural, free-flowing look, and it just looks really nice indeed. The cape that is thrown over Kylo Ren's shoulder has also been given a little bit of added texture. I believe this is recycled from the Kmart exclusive Starkiller base Kylo Ren figure, but as you can see, there's some great sculpted texture in there. And the lightsaber is also recycled from the Kmart exclusive, as you don't have the blade and the side guards connected via that fiery piece of red plastic. You may remember the figure from Wave 1, as I said, connects the side guards to the blade. Looked a little bit awkward, whereas in my opinion this is a much more faithful representation of what we see on screen, and it looks much better in my opinion. In addition to the lightsaber itself, you do get an unlit lightsaber hilt, which has conveniently just fallen off Kylo Ren's belt. As you can see, if I bring this close to the camera for you, there's some phenomenal detail in that. It's the same one as is included on the lit lightsaber, but this just gives you a better look at the detail. Of course, there's a wedge of plastic at the bottom of the hilt, which allows you to clip this into Kylo's belt. Now, it can be quite loose. You do have to sort of push it in there just to tighten it up and get it to stay in place. The slightest little nudge and the lightsaber hilt will fall out, but it's nice that they've included that display option. And in terms of articulation, Kylo Ren features all the usual articulation points you'd expect from the Black Series 6-inch line. We have a ball joint and a hinge at the head, obviously, which is free-flowing. And it's also, there goes the lightsaber hilt again. It's also a ball joint as well, of course, so you can remove the head and swap it out with the helmet. You've got ball hinges at the shoulders, elbows and wrists, a ball joint at the torso, hinges at the hips, although the plastic underrobes do restrict a little bit of that movement, but nothing too major. You've also got double joints in the knees and double joints and a pivot at the ankle, so you can get this guy in some really cool poses, display him alongside Rey, recreate those epic scenes from the end of the film. Just an awesome figure all round, and again, this is the definitive Kylo Ren figure to be released. It just comes with everything you need. The sculpt and the figure itself is fantastic, and I just can't recommend this enough. So if you want to pick this one up for yourself, again, do feel free to follow the links in the video description where the exclusive and non-exclusive versions are available. But either way, whichever one you decide to pick up, this is a figure that you definitely don't want to miss. Absolutely awesome, and again, can't recommend him enough. So that's going to do it for this review on Kylo Ren, the Star Wars Celebration Europe exclusive. And I'll be back with some more Black Series 6-inch reviews for you very, very soon. So stay tuned for all of those. And until next time, as always, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.